G'day, fellas. And welcome to game number 1 of your grand finals for the Outback Octagon. Players have assembled with a new raft of rules coming in. There are going to be a huge amount of rules for us to go through. As you would have witnessed in the semi-finals, they were not the most exciting games. And subsequently, we got real upset. And we said, we're changing things up. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce our players, and then we're going to get into the brand new rules. Spawning in towards the west side of the map, playing as the Holy Roman Empire. In the color blue, we've got State. Towards his west, playing as the Abbasid Dynasty. In the color yellow, we've got Dinky King. Immediately next to him, playing as the red Holy Roman Empire, we've got Symptom. To their south, we've got Puppy Paw, playing as the Rus. We're going to head back up here because now that town center is going to begin firing. Both town centers do get up. Players going to be getting things a little bit spicy over here. Got to be careful not to lose those villagers. You can see him popping them out and trying to get them over onto the other side. Things already heating up over on the west side. Down towards the south, we saw Puppy Paw playing on the Rus. Even further south, on the Mongols in the teal, we've got Mattis. Towards his south, playing as the English, we've got Zerton. And towards the north, playing as the English as well, in the purple, Don Artie. And of course, the most infamous traitor of them all, it is Wham01. Also playing as the English. That is correct. We've got 3 English players this game. I think I've introduced absolutely everyone. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody got looking pretty close. Everybody got a neighbor. So just to start things off, points have reset. This is the grand finals. This is going to be a best of 3 series or a play all 3 series. So even if you get a crazy runaway game, we're still going to be playing all 3 games. Do not worry. And things have changed. What has changed exactly? Well, you guys would have seen yesterday in the previous game that happened, there was what appeared to be a 5-man alliance. And you know what I said? I said, well, that's just not on. Technically, it's within the rules. And because of that, we're changing the rules. So we changed the rules. We made it so that now, if you want to have an alliance with somebody, that's fine. You got to type it out in the chat. You got to tell everybody. You got to declare that bad boy up front. And in doing that, you're going to be copping a 6-point penalty for doing that for both players. So if Puppy Paw wants to ally with Wham on the other side of the map, well, guess what? He's going to need to say that in the map, or in the chat, and he's also going to need he's also going to cop a 6-point penalty. So that's going to be the first rule change. Now, there are a couple of little exceptions in there. As an example, so these 2 guys, they might, between each other, decide that they want to become an alliance. But by the same token, they might decide that they want to kill each other. And you might be wondering, why would they want to kill each other? Well, that's because not only do we have First Blood back in this game, but we've also doubled the points for First Blood. So now instead of getting 5 points for First Blood, it's 10 points for First Blood. We are not messing around now. We are encouraging people to get out on the map, start taking names down, and start killing people. So that's what we're doing. We're also making it so that there is second blood. So let's say that Puppy Paw manages to kill off State here in the middle, and now people are thinking, oh, I've got no incentive to go and attack other people because I don't have any points on the line. Well, guess what? Second blood is here. Third blood is here. You're going to be getting 5 additional points for your second and your third kills, or not your second and third kills, but the second player who's eliminated, as well as the third player that's eliminated, will award extra points. It's really important that you're looking to focus down a lot of people and get those extra points. So those are the big changes. The other thing that we've changed is we've also reduced the amount of points that you get for a victory. So at the moment, a victory was 15 points. That's changed. It's now 10 points for a victory, which means that there's a 5-point difference there. You're less incentivized to try and play for that late game and try and, really sit there and do nothing. But by the same token, we still want to reward people for going for those wonders in the late game. It can be difficult. You're sitting in the late game and you're thinking, oh, what am I going to do? I could make a wonder, but it costs so much and there's no guarantee that it's going to actually work. Well, now you're going to get an extra 10 points instead of an extra 5 points for a successful wonder victory if there are 4 people alive when you complete it. So that's also on the cards as well. Now, in addition to that, in the event that you survive until the end of the game, but you don't win, you used to get 2 points. So let's say that Don Artie over on the top side here, he builds a wonder and he wins. And these 3 guys on the south, or over on the west of the map, these guys are just chilling out, and they make it to the end of the game. They get an extra 2 points. Not anymore. You don't get any points to making it to the end of the game. We can't have nice things. Not anymore. And so with that, we've seen a whole bunch of changes. But then I guess the most important one that we're going to be talking about is backstabs. That is correct. I just realized the minimap is cut. Thank you very much. I've just been advised the minimap is cut. Let me fix that one up. Apologies to everybody. We have got a new minimap. There you go. Professional streamer. Thank you very much. Lord Potato just messaged me and he said, "Hey, Drongo, just so you know, the minimap is cut." Well, that's why we pay him the big bucks. That is why he is. That's why he's our friend, isn't he? But yeah, there you guys go. Now you can see the minimap. Apologies. That's awkward. So that's the big thing, but let's talk a little bit about backstab. So remember before we talked about alliances. You know, SimTom and Dinky King might decide to make an alliance here, and that's going to cost them 6 points each if they do it. But introducing the backstab mechanic means that you can now take this alliance and say, well, I don't want this anymore. And as a result, I'm going to go and try and kill this person that I was previously allied with. And as a result, it means that you get extra points for killing them. So not only do you get, for the first person who does it, not only do you get 6 points for the kill, you also get 6 points to recover. You also get an additional 3 points on top of that. So basically, if it was to happen here, you would get 9 points on top of the kill. I know it's complicated. I did a terrible job of explaining it. I'll try my best to do it again a little bit later, just to give you guys an idea when it first happens on the backstabs. But I'll be keeping an eye on the chat. Chat is off as well. You guys can't see chat? I can see chat. I don't know what... I'm not sure what you mean, Lord Potato, but we've got age ups coming through. State going to be our first player reaching through to the feudal age. So he's going to be heading up. But yeah, backstab. So there's 2 awards for backstabs. So the very first award for backstab is going to be, there must be 6 people alive when you do a backstab. That's it. So let's say these 2 guys form an alliance and they go kill State. Well, now they can look to backstab each other and still get those extra points for it. And it will be 9 points that they get on top of it. The second backstab that occurs can be with 4 people alive, and that is a 6-point backstab. So basically just recovering it. I know it's complicated. We'll try and explain it along the way, but we'll see how we go. I'll be seeking updates throughout this game from Lord Potato. Lord Potato, if you could let me know in the chat, have there been any alliances made so far? Because I haven't really been paying attention to the players in the chat. Have there been any alliances made so far? He'll let me know. That way I can call it out. But I would be expecting to see players look to play it a little bit more solo in this game. Maybe look to try and be a little bit more punishing. But we can see Dinky King already beginning a second town center. So avoiding a little bit of early aggression at this stage. Apparently... and I guess another thing that I should explain is that... so Zerton... wasn't actually meant to be in this game. This player was meant to be Snooper. But unfortunately, Snooper didn't attend. We had people call him and ring him and say, "Yo, Snooper, wake up," all that kind of stuff. But for whatever reason, he didn't turn up. And so as a result, Zerton has stepped in and to replace him. So that is not to play for him, that is to replace him, which means that because he was the next player in line with the most amount of points. So an unfortunate situation for Snooper. I know that would have, he would have loved to have been here and played this. So I understand that he was moving house today. So it might have been a little bit hectic for him. But Dinky King already opening with an archery range. So it's going to be 2 town centers into an archery range. And SimTom reaching that feudal age. We can see he's actually gone for Minework Palace in the back of the base. Wham and Zerton also reaching feudal ages as well. So when it comes to players battling out, you would expect to see quite a fair bit of battle. I can suspect a lot of 2v2s or 1v1s might be happening here. But down towards the south, Matthias, he's gone up with the silver tree. We'll have a look and see exactly what players have got. Archery range also going to be coming out. Down to the south side, second town center for Zerton. He's gone for the Abbey of Kings. We see State going for a castle age, a very quick castle age, and it's going to be the Burgrave Palace. That is already a good indication from me, or for me, that players are getting serious about things. Puppy Paw, he's gone up with the Golden Gate. No real surprise there. Archer's moving out early on in this game. We've got a bit of an attack already coming out over towards this central pond. Up towards the north side, Don is sitting with the council hall. He's walled off away from Wham. Wham doing the same thing, also putting up that outpost for now, looking to just keep himself back. Might be a little bit of non-aggression up towards that north side, just saying, hey, you mind your own business, I'll mind my own. Up towards this western side, though, we did see that Minework Palace up to, and at the very, very top, obviously the House of Wisdom with the economic wing. But early aggression already coming out between State and Puppy Paw. State looking to try and get up as quickly as he can to that castle age. And you can see Puppy Paw has done a great job of forcing him off these resources early on in the game. Khan continuing to move around. And already we're seeing huge amounts of aggression for this game. Nothing yet really happening. We got outposts. We got multiple outposts. So Simtom are coming in with an outpost over on the side here. Looking to try and take out any villagers on this wood line. Going to be successful here in denying this wood line as well. So a bit of a migration, and we've got outposts coming around the base right now from Simtom, actually taking out villagers. Take a look at this. Simtom hitting hard, hitting fast. That's 5 villagers popping in there. He's killed a whole bunch. State now reaching the castle age. Burgrave is out. It's going to start printing. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Things are happening. Things are ramping up. Watch out, because the Burgrave is here, and it's looking to take out some names. Don Artie on the north side, also reaching the castle age. It's going to be the King's Palace, and he moves it off towards the center, down towards this south side of the map. Interestingly, no one chose to spawn, or no one spawned, rather, over on that eastern side. It is very vacant, very open, so Don may be thinking about moving over in that direction. Down towards the south, that scout going to continue being attacked. Archers moving forward. Going to be able to take out the spearmen. We'll head back over to the west side and check on what we've got going on, because we've got Simtom who's going to be throwing out some men-at-arms early. No Burgrave for him at all. These two Holy Roman Empire players looking to dish out the damage early. Now, keep in mind, Dinky has managed to hide his House of Wisdom up in the corner, so that will keep him alive. They might kick him out of this position, and that subsequently is going to give him a little bit more space. At least Simtom will get a bit more space, but he won't necessarily get that kill. And that is one of the advantages to playing the Abbasid in these games, is that you are able to sort of spread out your landmarks a little bit. But Matt is now going to be reaching the castle age as well. We'll check in on him down towards the south side. It's going to be the step route that he goes with. And I suspect we might be seeing some prayer tents out of him and looking to grab those relics. Early Knights continuing to posture down on that south side. We see no second town center coming out just yet from Puppy Paw. But we'll wait and see exactly what the reaction is. Second battering ram now coming in. Things not looking good for Dinky King. He's going to have to give up on this main base. And we can see he's already done that in a way by just moving away with this second town center. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him begin to migrate up towards this northern position. Whether there's an alliance that comes out or not, I'm not too sure. But that is something that we'll keep tabs on. And remember throughout this game that with those alliances, that we've got our administrator or our admin, tournament admin, on standby, just watching these games and making sure everyone... or that he's paying attention to everybody. He's really got to keep an eye on this, because it is important, because we've got basically the administrator reserves the right at any point to issue penalties to people who may not have disclosed an alliance. And as a result, it means that there could even be... It's not necessarily going to be about events. So let's say, as an example, that, you know, Wham and Puppy Paw both attacked Don Artie over here. Well, that might look like teaming up, but that's only an event. So maybe in the next game, Wham and Puppy Paw, once again, without disclosing an alliance, you know, attack another player. Now you're starting to see a pattern of behavior, and then that's where the admin may step in and say, hey, we're going to deduct 20 points off you. We're going to take off 30 points from you. But the first landmark does go down. It's going to be Simtom, who is taking out the landmark of Dinky King. Castle Age coming through. Wham and Zerton both are going to be going up to that Castle Age. A lot of town centers down here as well for Zerton. I suspect the Knights are going to be coming out few and far between. Up towards that north side, though, we did see another Castle Age coming out as well for Wham. So he's moved over. He's got a town center over on this eastern side. I'm curious where that other landmark is. It's up at the back here. We've got the King's Palace for now. But a lot of action. And we can see the outpost continuing to come up for Simtom. He is just aggressively outposting everything. And we can see towards that northern side, Dinky is moving. He is migrating. He's had a bit of a tough opening here in this game number 1. But keep in mind, this is a 3-game grand final, which means that it might not roll well for him in the first game. But the second or the third game, he might get the numbers that he needs. So if you're a fan of the Dinky, if you're a fan of the Australian, if you like the Stinky Man himself, then perhaps things aren't all gone. But now this is starting to look bad for State. State in a little bit of trouble here. Puppy Paw going to be moving in with Rams. He's going to be moving in with Archers, and he's got plenty of Knights here. Sacred Sites over on that eastern side getting captured as well. Don Artie going to be looking to take those ones down, and we see that right now State in a bit of a difficult spot. Realistically, he did have Dinky King next door to him, but keep in mind, Simtom took him out. And these guys typically known to join those alliances, to make those early alliances together. They're not going to be able. He's not even going to be able to call for help at this point, because even if he does, we are going to see that. I mean, Dinky's in trouble himself. So players at the moment racing for it, and we've got all 3 landmarks here within the same vicinity. Puppy Paw looking to start out with an early lead. Now, keep in mind, not only does he get the 3 points for victory, or sorry, the 3 points for the kill, but it's doubled. It's 6 points for a kill because we've got bloodbath mode as well. I know there's so many damn rules, so many damn changes. The points are made up and the scores don't matter, all that good stuff. But I will try my best to tell to you guys exactly how many points are coming out here, and we can understand it. But I mean, at this point, early aggression and the emergency repair is going to be coming through. A lot of idle villagers in here. State still yet to be able to age up. So I guess my question is, what does he look to do here? He's tried his best to stay alive. You can see he's only got a handful of military units, and he's really struggling. The battering rams are just pushing through. He's able to just... I mean, at this point, Puppy Paw is able to sit behind this and boom. I wouldn't be surprised if we do actually see more town centers coming down from him, but it's just going to be the one TC play for now. Whether he looks to begin steamrolling or not, that's going to be a question. But more town centers also going to be coming down for Symptom. We see 1, 2, 3 town centers coming down for Symptom at this point. He's managed to clean up this position, and the question is whether he finds out this House of Wisdom in the top corner. You can see the scout is on the map. Symptom is looking very, very swiftly, and more battering rams coming out. So definitely at this point, Symptom is going to be securing that Dinky King kill, but Dinky going to be looking to migrate over towards that eastern side. Might have to create an alliance if he wants to keep that alive. Otherwise, I suspect that Wham may start thinking about taking him out. But now we've got our first landmark being destroyed here. It's going to be, or rather, first landmark from State being destroyed. Second one might be going down shortly. State going to be off to a very short game in this first one, it seems. I don't see any possibility that he gets another landmark up in time. So unfortunately for him, Puppy Paw going to be cleaning this one out. And you can see that the intention here from State was 100% to go into something similar. He went for a Burgrave Palace, didn't go for a Regnitz, didn't play the greedy method, but still lost out because he had a Rus player spawn close to him. He was able to make those knights and was able to deal with the men-at-arms, and it really, really hurts him. And now that final landmark going to begin getting attacked down. State going to be in a difficult spot here. Things not looking good for him. Towards that north side, we do see the town center has gone down, and the battering rams continue moving forward. The consequence of having that Abbasid player spawn next to you is that you might be able to take them out. And look at that, the scout has found it up towards the north, so he's going to be moving all of his units up there. First blood going to be coming through. State unlikely to be getting down that next landmark. You can see he's got a whole bunch of blue stuff in the middle. He's walling off the trade post. He says, Matt is. Well, if I'm going down, I'm going to take everybody with me. He says I'm going to commit all of my resources to wall off this trade post and just make the game a little bit harder for you. And you can see State typing in the chat, God damn you all. State is eliminated. Puppy Paw picks up first blood. He takes 6 points for the kill on State and 10 points for the first blood, opening up with a 16-point kill. A very nice kill for him. Now, that isn't going to be the only person who looks to cause blood early on. Symptom as well towards the north side of the map will be moving his forces, and you can see that right now he's going to have to go through Wham's walls if he wants it. And now Wham might even look... You can see Dinky saying, I'm just happy I'm not last. Well, Dinky, I got some bad news for you. You might not be last, but I tell you what, how's second last feel for you, buddy? Things actually going terribly right now for the Australians, quote unquote. Now, interestingly, part of the reason why these rules exist is just simply because of the power of the Australians. So Snooper, Dinky, and State, even though State's not an Australian, is an honorary Australian. I did confuse him to be an Australian, actually, at one point, and I think that was a meme that just sort of picked up. But because of their strength and prowess, people knew they're going to be teaming up in this game. And so they said, all right, well, if they're teaming up, we have to work together to try and take them out. So all of these new rules got introduced. And now we can see that, really, at this point in time, it's going to be hard for Dinky to hold on as well, as Symptom looks to move into this position. And now the question is, from here, Puppy Paw's landmark goes down. Oh, my Lord. We've got the Mongols. I apologize, guys. We've got Mongols coming out as well. Early on, players are getting aggressive here, looking to try and take people out. Crossbows as well as spearmen. I think Puppy Paw is going to have to move his units back, but he's just sitting idle at the moment, yet to really turn his attention. He's got villagers out on the map, so could be thinking about dropping down a potential landmark towards the north. That House of Wisdom, almost 100% going to be going down, yet to repair up that main town center as well, so I suspect it's going to be going over. A couple knights coming in from Zerton here. He's looking to try and clean up these forces, but there's just so much stuff here from Matiz right now. Absolute crazy. You can see the amount... You can see the amount of units that he's got here, and this is such an interesting position from Matthias. You guys will remember from yesterday, Matthias was a little bit, well, how do you say passive in a nice way? Well, let's just say he was a little bit passive yesterday. He sat there for 95 minutes and didn't move a unit, and now all of a sudden, 20 minutes into the game, he's already out of the blocks, taking people out. Puppy Paw is keep this in mind. Puppy Paw right now, he's in age 2. This could potentially be his final landmark, and the consequence of pushing into an enemy early on and securing those kills is that you might potentially lose the game yourself. And with that, we're going to be looking at a bit of a landmark race. House of Wisdom towards the north. Townsend are going to be going down. Puppy Paw is out. He's the second player, third player eliminated out of the game. That is Dinky King. And we've got 2 players going down in very quick succession there, both of them picking up extra points for the kills. So not only 6 points for each of these kills, but an extra 5 points as well for second and third blood. So a huge amount of points going out early. Dinky King securing third place though. He's going to be happy with that. He was happy he wasn't the first one kicked out. Well, he wasn't the second one kicked out either. I was wrong on that in that regard. He was the third one kicked out though. So now the question comes, what is Matiz and what is Zerton up to? Are these guys got a little bit of non-aggression going? Is that the case? Or are they looking for something a little bit more alliance-like? Or is it just simply, you know, walls in the back of the court? You know, we just haven't got to we haven't targeted each other just yet. So now those forces, oh my lord, look at Symptom. He is a madman. He is going to be rolling those battering rams through. Scout going to be coming out, looking to do a little bit of attack in here for Matthias. But already you can see that the numbers are looking good in this early game. Things are getting out, getting hot, getting heavy. The action is thick right now. And it is coming in fast because I suspect we might have units moving in from Matthias. We'll take a look and see where he goes with them. He's got quite a number of units out though. Forces looking pretty decent for him. And there's a keep that's come up from Zerton, so he's going to be looking to play on the defense. Now, Zerton sitting here with the Abbey of Kings. He's going to be able to heal up. He's got plenty of stables on the front side. Knights could be the way that he goes. We've got another landmark that's moved out over for Matthias. He's over on the eastern side. And take a look at this. Don Artie with the town center in the corner. But behind that, we've also got Wham, who's got some walls up. Now, there's no guarantee that these guys know about each other's positions here. You can definitely see that there seems to be a bit of non-aggression going on between these guys. I don't know whether they've agreed to it or what the case is, but now the battering rams begin to move in. Symptom looking to claim another victim. And keep in mind, when it comes to the landmarks, that we've got 1 landmark, we've got 2 landmarks, and we've got 3 landmarks, all smack bang together. Wham's still in age 3. I'm going to have a look at his resources and see if an age 4 is going to be due for him. Not just yet. You can see the forces here overwhelming for Wham. I suspect he's going to be able to hold this one on back towards this south side. We don't see any movement coming out from Zerton, coming out from his opponent Matthias either on this south side. So we'll look to see how they're playing, but Symptom going to be happy. He's bought himself plenty of space now. But we do see that landmark does go down. So Symptom definitely in business. Villager's going to be more than capable of taking this out. So a cute little attack. But unfortunately for Symptom, it's not going to be successful with Wham holding on to that attack right there. Don Artie continuing to mass up those knights. And it is a thing of beauty, the fact that we've got 3 English players in this game. And at this point, all 3 English players do remain alive. Obviously, you want to avoid trying to attack the English players. They have got a lot of defensive bonuses that are going to help them out throughout the game. And obviously, you know, the more defensive bonuses, the worse to attack into. Regnitz Cathedral has come up for Symptom. He's yet to pick up any relics, but we'll take a look and see a little bit later and see how he's doing. Plenty of town centers here as well. And the fact that he's gone for these town centers early, so we can see he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 town centers coming out for Symptom. That to me indicates he's not going to be going for that Burgrave. That means he's going to be going for the Elsbach. And by going for the Elsbach, it means that there is a significant potential that he's going to be looking at a late game wonder play. He's got a beautiful little spot for it up in the corner, whether he chops through to it or not. But you can see it's got a great little defensive nook in here that's going to be hard for people to hit if he chooses to go for that type of style. Don Artie behind it. Look at this. Don Artie going with the Berkshire Palace. It is going to be a nice little secret weapon he's got there. Final battering ram going to get taken out. No mill for you, my friend. And now Don, he's built up a pretty decent little position here. 3 relics in the bag at the moment. We'll check in on sacred sites and see how players are doing. So 2 sacred sites in the game. So Don Artie with the first one in his base. Second one also in his base. So he's got 1, 2 really close. Super happy with that one. And the third one on the other side of the river. So we could have a potential sacred site victory here for Don on the cards. He's in a great position to do it, but he does somewhat sit in the middle of the map. Definitely open to attack from a lot of the different signs, but now we check in on the south side as walls go up. Zerton looking to hold on a little bit longer. wants to avoid fighting too much at this point. He knows how important it is to sort of stay alive at this point. Didn't have anybody super close to him, and obviously the player that is closest to him is the Mongols, and it's very easy for them to pick up and move. But now we've got another keep coming down. Keep going to be coming on the other side here. So Zerton all of a sudden deciding, well, hey man, don't mind me. I'm just securing the stone. And he secures it with a keep. So that's going to be controversial. I'm curious to see how that goes. And you can see Matt is typing in the chat, that castle's too much, Zerton. What's the reaction? That's going to be the question, because that is an interesting castle. Bombard's going to be coming out and looking to clear it. And the question is whether this is going to be a casus belli for the next stage of the game. As we enter the 30-minute mark, non-aggression pacts will no longer be a thing of the past, or will be a thing of the past. So what's a non-aggression pact? You might be wondering. A non-aggression pact is a way that you can say to somebody, hey, I don't want to attack you, and you don't want to attack me. Let's not attack each other. That doesn't mean that we're going to work together. That doesn't mean we're going to kill our neighbors together. It just means we're not going to attack each other. And I suspect that's what we've got towards the north. You can see that we've got mutual walls here towards the north. Neither player looking to attack each other, just kind of building up. But after 30 minutes, that non-aggression pact is going. So players are limited to one non-aggression pact in the game. That is it. They can only make one non-aggression pact. And I suspect that's what we've got here on the south side between Zerton and Mattis. But after 30 minutes, it's kind of like those old games that you used to play in Age of Empires 2 or Age of Empires 3. You know, the no-rush games, the treaty games. And Wham asking in the chat, are all the sacred sites in the middle? Well, I can tell you right now, Wham, all the sacred sites are in Don Artie's base, my friend. He's going to be very... Look at this. Don knows what is up. Don Artie, he is the kind of guy you just got to be very, very careful of, because he spawned in this very weird little opening spot. All of the landmarks have been further and further away, and I love the way that he's moved them out all across the map here. Walls not actually completed for Wham. So this could be a little bit of a sign of things to come. But at this stage in the game, a little bit of a lull in the action as we enter towards that 30-minute mark. Things will begin to heat up, though. Wham now in the Imperial Age. Going to be researching that enclosures technology. He's gone with the Wingard Palace, so we see a little bit of difference between these two guys. Now, I would suspect that the reason why Don's got the Berkshire back here is he might even be thinking about a wonder over on this side. He knows how vacant this map is when it comes to this east side. So that could be one of the potential factors that he's looking at here. So we'll have to pay attention and see whether that's going to be on the cards, but it definitely seems like there could be two optimal wonder spots. Obviously, there's a third one up towards the north. You love these sorts of wonders in the corner, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it come out from Zerton either. Each player sort of gearing up to their respective corners. But now the cannon emplacement's coming through for Wham. He's looking to slowly but steadily build up those that front line. He's got walls up, stone walls across the majority of the map. He's made himself a nice little nest up towards this north side. And he continues to go as that 30-minute potential non-aggression pack is going to wind up. Now, you guys might be wondering, okay, but what's to stop people from just not attacking each other at the 30-minute mark? Well, my friends, that is why we've got our admin on board. If people just are not sitting there and not attacking each other, well, our admin might say, well, hey, you know, you guys weren't attacking each other, but you were attacking somebody else. It kind of looked like you guys were in an alliance together, and that wasn't disclosed. And oh, now I've got my big sword out and I'm going to start swinging. So I would expect that after we hit that 30-minute mark, things might start to heat up. But you can see the defenses down on this south side are starting to get significant. Elite men-at-arms also coming too. Zerton definitely building up his forces. No real score lead at this point in time. Symptom looking like he might be a little bit behind where the other players are at with regard to his score. But we do see universities coming up for him now. He has reached Imperial. I'll take a look and see whether we can find that last landmark. I would have expected it to be Elsbach in the back. Let's have a look. Abbey of the Trinity. Oh, oh my lord. Who was this getting the Abbey of the Trinity up when they got knocked out? Oh my lord, it was Puppy Paw. I didn't even realize Puppy Paw was racing to get this landmark up. I totally didn't see it. Oh my lord, Puppy Paw was not biting. Or he wasn't AFK. This whole time, Puppy Paw was racing up a landmark. I didn't even see it because at the same time, there was a triple race going on. We had 1 race, 2 race, 3 race. That's a big race. Now let's find that Elsbach. There it is. There's the Elsbach. And look at that. You can see the outpost coming in around it. You know exactly what he's thinking about. I reckon... oh my lord. There could be... Can you imagine that one? Don Artie going to be triggering a sacred site victory potentially. It's not even the 30-minute mark, and Don going to be looking to capture those sacred sites. You can see Symptom typing in the chat. That's his 3rd site, by the way. At least I'm assuming that's what he said. BTW. South side attacks. I hear bombards. I hear cannons. I hear forces. Villagers once again trying to come in and drop down some forces, but we do see at that 30-minute mark, Don Artie playing the long game here. He knows that at the 30-minute mark, players are now going to be ending their non-aggression pacts and subsequently going to be fighting it out a little bit more. So he says, you know what? I'm just going to start taking sacred sites. Don Artie, get the timer out, ladies and gentlemen. 40 minutes and 10 seconds. So now you can see they're typing in the chat, Wham saying we have to team sacred site victory, and that is correct. So players are allowed to form an alliance without losing points in the event of a victory condition being enabled. So we've now got a victory condition on the line. It's third sacred site that has come through for Don. Players are now able to form an alliance to take Don Artie out without losing any points. And so because of that, you know what? I just thought of an interesting mechanic. What if you allied with Don Artie and then killed him when he's got that? And it's like you don't lose the points. Actually, no, you don't lose the points for making the alliance. Never mind. Anyway, I digress. I'm thinking, but we've got the attack coming in from the north now, so that's going to promote Wham to get out of his base and start looking to attack Don Artie, doing Don Artie things. Going to be trying his best to win out a game here at an early stage. Now, keep in mind, if he does actually pull out a victory, it is going to be determined, or second, third, fourth place is going to be determined by kills, not going to be determined by score. So don't pay attention to score, not relevant. The important thing is kills. So the more kills you've done, I don't know why I'm saying kills like that, but I'm just going to keep saying kills like that. I can't, I got to stop. But I think the interesting thing about Don doing this at this early stage in the game is that people aren't going to be in a position necessarily to go for a kill on Don Artie. And you can see, this is interesting. Matiz knows that if he goes to kill Don Artie, that there's a good chance Zertan comes in and kills him. So he's got to try and turn his attention now towards this. So this is what I was saying about Don choosing his timing absolutely perfectly. This is a big brain play from him here. He waits for that 30-minute mark to come up, and he knows that now those non-aggression packs are going to be finishing up, and he looks to take advantage of that. But at the same time, up towards the north, he's under attack. You can see the cannon emplacements firing down upon those units. A lot of them going to be going down there for Wham, unfortunately. But those emplacements looking good. Elite Knight's going to be moving out for Don as well. He's got the biology upgrade. No blacksmith upgrades just yet. Just the +2 ranged armor. Everything looking good for the Don so far. The main landmark still remains standing. Town center as well as Council Hall. But there are keeps up towards that northern position. Those units trying to make their way towards the sacred site. Find out a little bit more exactly what's happening. We head over onto the south side, and we can see that Simtom going to be making a move on those keeps. There are plenty of outposts here. He's looking to try and take advantage of those cannon emplacements. But on that south side, the forces continue battling out. Apologies for missing out this fight. We've got Simtom, who's on that north side, but Matt is looking to take over Zertan in this south. Now remember, the longer these two fight, the longer it becomes likely for Don Artie to win. At the moment, he's gone for a sacred site victory with 5 people alive, 2 of which are fighting him, 2 of which are fighting against each other. And it means that really he's only fighting a 2v1 right now, so he's going to be looking to hold on towards the north. His elite knights continue rounding the corner. Battering rams moving through. He's got knights down here as well. It looks like a couple of villagers just chilling out on the sacred site. Wants to make sure he doesn't lose that sacred site, and he's able to hold it. But now the pushback is going to be coming through. Horsemen also going to be chasing down these bombards, and things feeling a lot better in this game. I don't know about you guys, but after that snooze fest from yesterday, I'm absolutely grateful to see that players have gotten out of their bases and decided to attack each other, because now things are getting serious. Now the money is on the line, and now it's time for blood to be spilled. Towards that north side, we continue to see the push coming through for Wham. We'll take a look. I can't look at the Sacred Tracker, but I can tell you guys it's about 6 minutes until Sacred Defeat comes through. This keep going to be a great staging point for Wham as he continues pushing through. There's a lot of things for him to go through, but at the end of the day, 6 minutes, it ain't that much. Over towards this western side, we can see Don. He's under attack. Those keeps going to be taken out. He's got double bombards over for Simtom. The Knight's going to be moving forward, looking to try and take them out. Not enough units here to be able to defend that, so I think he's going to be successful. Don going to be able to hold onto that position, but at the same time, Matiz might be forced to run away. Indeed, he is. The White Stooper going to be forced back down to 500 health. He's going to have to heal that one up if he wants to keep it alive. You can see the villagers chasing it, saying, come back here, but the Stooper's too fast, baby. 1.29 movement speed. Nowhere near enough for those villagers to catch it. Now the units continue pushing through. Things looking good right now for Zertan. He's definitely bided his time at this point, but keep in mind, the Don Artie is still holding those sacred sites. Looks like he's managed to take out the bombards for now. And Don looking really strong. I'm starting to think, hold on a minute, this could be bad for these guys. Zerton and Mattis turning attention towards each other, failing to realize, well, hold on a minute, we've got a serious threat towards the north, and now Mattis is going to be doing the great migration, heading in another direction. He says, you know what? I'm just going to give it up. I'm just going to take it away, boys. We're gonna move away. Looks like the town center might be going down. That's going to be a landmark that's lost right there. Keep in mind the white stupa was pretty close to going down as well. The rest of the landmarks, we see the step redoubt is over there, so no real threat of elimination just yet. Towards that western flank, we don't see anything. And look at the Knights coming out from Don Artie. And now we see Symptom saying he's on minute 5. I'm pushing hard. And Wham saying it was always a serious threat. We see Mattiz taking out a landmark, or losing a landmark. Next landmark going to be coming in online as well. Zerton going to be going for it. Keep in mind, the first 3 kills have happened. The Trebuchets try their best to take out the Step Redoubt. Step Redoubt immediately pops itself out. It's like, yo, 1.49 movement speed. Brum, brum, see you later, kids. And he is just out of there. Silver Tree also on the move, but look at this! Look at this, Zerton knows! We've got 1 landmark, 2 landmarks getting chased down, 3rd landmark still alive, it's that white stupa. He's going to be able to stay alive with that town center with 27 health, going to be able to knock itself down. But now Don Artie looking good. Don Artie might be able to pull out an insane early victory here. Players not paying attention to things as they really started to get serious and really started to heat up on this south side. We saw Mattiz, we saw Zerton take on each other as soon as those non-disclosure agreements, non-aggression pacts ended, and Don Artie just timing it perfectly. The 30-minute mark, it was such a big brain move from him to do it. He picked his timing perfectly, and now you can see with the Knights, he's able to take out any of the siege that comes in. The main threat he's got is from the north. It's going to be Wham. The Trebuchets are up. The keeps are looking good. He's holding on at this point in time. 4 minutes at the moment to go before that sacred site timer is finished. And Wham is looking strong. But the question is going to be whether he's able to get this push through. Sitting on 165 population. Definitely not enough units out for him at the moment. Maybe not enough production. The Trebuchets are rolling out. Don Artie looking for that early victory at this stage in the game. Over on the west side of the map, he continues to hold on. Continues to pull it out. Looking good at this point. And Don just cleaning up in this central location. Down towards the south side, we see more and more Trebs moving in. 3 minutes until defeat comes in. Don Artie going to be looking to secure out an early sacred victory here against what seems like a crazy amount of players alive. Don still does it, and Springle's coming out. You can see Don just bringing out everybody from the woodwork. Look at the keeps that are here from Don Artie, fortifying the northern sacred site. We hear more landmarks going down. Matty is going to be losing, well, yeah, Matty is going to be losing landmarks. It's that white, or the silver tree that goes down. Trebuchet's moving out. He's still got more, but landmarks might potentially go down on this western side. He's focusing down the white stupa. That could be the last landmark. Zerton looking for a kill before the game ends, potentially. He goes for it, and with that, Mattiz gets knocked out. Zerton going to be taking 6 points right there for the kill on Mattiz, and now the question is whether he's going to be turning his attention towards Don Artie. And now GG getting typed in. Mattiz is typing GG because he's been knocked out, but the question is whether Don's going to hold, and Don's looking good. We heard that 3-minute bell. Where's the 2-minute bell? That's going to be coming in shortly, I suspect. And now Don really starting to heat up. He's done a great job, and you can just see that there's no real cohesive push that's come out in 2 minutes until sacred defeat. Don Artie looking to hold on in this central location, looking incredibly good. And now the question becomes whether Don's actually going to be able to hold. I'm starting to think he more and more likely that he will. On the south side, you can see all of the production is down here. The sacred site is within 4 keeps. And now Don is looking even better. You can see the frustration coming out of players in the chat. You might as well have just given him the win. Another keep going to be thrown down here, but the bombard emplacement's going to be firing down upon the villagers on the back line, taking them out as the reinforcements try and come in. They're making their way towards the sacred site, but there's so many emplacements here on this northern side. I don't think there's any way these guys stay alive. They're going to be trying to get onto the sacred site, delay it a little bit longer. They make it through, and now we've got a contest coming through, but you can see how quickly they all go down. It is not even close at the moment. And Zerton's saying, we can break him. We can do this. All the reinforcements coming in, but Don just cleaning house. The elite knights just fuming it. At the same time, the sacred side, Don moving all of his hand cannoneers. How does this guy have so many units? He's fighting a 4 versus 1 right now, and he's staying alive. Manganel's coming out for him as well. Don looking good. Don looking very good at this point in time. He's holding on. How many? I don't even know what the timer is right now. I think we've got 1 minute until Sacred Defeat comes through. Don Artie going to be sitting on the Sacred side. North Sacred side being held. South Sacred side still holding on. Don with so many units here. I don't think they're going to be able to push him. I don't think they're going to be able to hold him. And it was the perfect brain-sized play from Don Artie right now. You often look at this guy and think, wow, that's a small head for a guy with a brain that big, but I don't know. It's just, he is on another level. He is on an absolute another level. Pulling out a victory here. This is going to look pretty damn nice if he's able to pull this one out. Don opening up this game with a decent victory here. I don't think there's any way that this one gets stopped. You can see the Knights on the Sacred side. The Trebs are coming in, and unfortunately, there's just not enough oomph here for these guys. Don just looking so damn good. Unless there's a nuclear launch detected on one of these Sacred sites, Don Artie going to be in prime position here for this one. But now the Sacred site still being challenged, still being attempted. Trebuchet's moving in. He's going to be able to jump in on the Sacred site and at least... Oh no, Don's holding the Sacred site as well. So even if they get on the Sacred site, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don wins. Don wins in 40 minutes. Don takes the first game in the Grand Finals in 40 minutes. Don Artie, how do you do it? How do you do it? A 4 versus 1. He turns the players against each other, and Don Artie pulls out a 40-minute Sacred side victory with the English in the first game of the Grand Finals. What an absolute menace. We'll take a look now to determine where the places come. It's going to be based on kills. So we see Mattis with 231 kills. He was eliminated at the end. Wham was alive. He was on 140. Zerton on 386. That's a whole lot of kills. So Zerton going to be picking up that second place. Third place going to be going over to Wham. Fourth place going to be going over to Symptom. Those were your remaining players in the game at the final. So that is it. So we'll do a little bit of a point tally. You guys will have an idea at the end of this video. I'll make sure I tack it on so that you guys can see where the points are up to. But all right, YouTube, here's your little update from the scores for game number 1 for the Grand Finals. So each player has received points for their placements. They've also received points for their kills. When it comes to their first blood points, you can see them here coming in with Puppy Paul picking up 10 points, Symptom and Mattis each picking up 5. Now, originally, Don Artie was only given 10 points for his victory, his victory with the Sacred Sites. And you might be thinking, well, that's not a lot of points. And there's a reason why that's not a lot of points. We reduced the points down from 15 to 10 for a victory. We did this because players were teaming up and then killing their friends last, which would guarantee that they would get more points. So we wanted to disincentivize that. To cover for that, what we did is we added an extra 5 points to the Wonder victory. What we failed to do was add the extra 5 points to the Sacred Site victory as well. Typically, we didn't have extra points for the Sacred Site victory because we deemed 15 points originally was enough. But now with it being reduced down to 10, it means that we've had to retrospectively apply this. I've spoken with the players. Some of them agree with it, some of them don't. But the admin has said that there's precedent for this, even though it's a retrospective. And I'm a person who hates retrospective rules. It absolutely, oh my god, it gets me. Except in the cases of corruption. I'm all about retrospective rules there. So you better watch out, Australian, the Australian Liberal Party. You better watch out when that ICAC comes in. But I digress. So essentially, for the rest of the games, Sacred Site victories will award you 15 points in the event that you pull them off, irrespective of how many people are alive. Actually, I say that. I should probably take that back. It would apply the same way that the Wonder does, where there's 4 or more people. All right. Well, that is your roundup. We'll catch you guys in the next one. And yeah, a little bit confusing, a little bit wild, but Puppy Paw coming out on top with Symptom in second place and Don Artie and Mattis coming in tied for third.